Hello, everybody. How are you doing on this fine Sunday evening? I mean, we got some things to talk about tonight. I don't know if it's fine or if it's not. It depends on your perception, and that's what we want to talk about tonight. Kind of like 4 points on the road. Are you happy? Are you not happy? Was that a good outcome for the games that we had, or were you dissatisfied? I think Ed might be a little dissatisfied. So let's say hello to everybody's favorite uncle, Uncle Ed. How you doing, Ed?
I'm doing, Peter. I'm not happy. I think we should have gotten those 3 points, but I mean those 6 points. But
And and I knew that because you had written in our little chat that what you said something negative. I don't remember what it was, but he said something negative. So I expected for you to be unhappy, but if you
no,
could tell by the thumbnail, I took it more of a the glass is half full. You go half full, half empty. So you could say, we're this far away from the supporter shield, or you could look at it like, hey, we're top four. Anyways, we're going to get into that tonight and have a little fun with it. As always, we'll let the chat room drive the conversation. We don't really have a whole lot other than that on the agenda tonight, so your participation is a requirement tonight. So before we get too far down that rabbit hole, let's say thank you to our sponsor, and that is Canesware. Canesware is located in Davie, Florida, just south of 595, located um, in Davie, Florida. I'm sorry, I got a little thing in my throat. But they have the messiest wall in all of South Florida. You want to get any of your Inter Miami gear, best prices in town right there. Plus, all the other sports teams in South Florida, they got all their gear there as well. If Davie's too far for you to go, no problem. Go to canesware.com. All orders over $99 ship for free. So, and as always, well, that's fine. You can also give us a call. Is that on the other screen? Let me see. Let me play around here. Where's my phone number one, Ed?
oh boy,
Where's my phone
messing
number
up
one? There it is.
there. It is.
Because I don't remember it. Call 786-474-4435 if you want to leave a voicemail and have your voice heard. So let's get into it. And I going into this game, I think we went through it. Kind of the opponents, and I was worried about New York. I was worried about going up into New York and what that you know we had never won in a baseball stadium ever before, so I was definitely concerned about that. So obviously there was no reason to be concerned. They took care of business. The game that I was very confident about is the one that surprised us, and at least they got a point. But while I'm watching that game, the only thing I could think was, man, we make bad teams look good.
Unfortunately, yeah, Peter. I don't know why that's happening. We the toughest team, which was New York City, we were able to totally destroy them. And then Toronto, we can't. A team that we should have totally walked all over, we couldn't do it. So it's disappointing. Like Ycia says, it's very disappointing. I got to go to the Southern Legion watch party. It was at this place called Unseen Creatures Brewing and something or other.
Well,
A very cool place. And
isn't
it's
that?
actually pretty close to where my daughter lives right now. So you can actually almost walk there. So
Is it? Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Don't go too far. I want to pause you there. Isn't that a Prison Pals brewery?
I'm not sure.
Oh, because I think I saw on I don't know, one of the photos or the advertisement that Southern Legion made. I thought I saw Prison Pals because we've had the Prison Pal beer before. I think if I remember correctly, we might have had that at that beer at that Argentinian pizza place that we went and had the Messi pizza.
Yeah,
So it's
the owners are Argentinian as well, so it was very soccer oriented. He
okay.
wanted to put some other stuff. So I was able to talk to the owner. He was very welcoming, and he wanted to do some improvements so that the soccer experience could be better. So he was asking us stuff. That was cool,
Yeah.
and but But yeah, I mean, I don't even know what beer I had because, dude, I walked in and people were buying me beers. So it was
Well,
just, you know,
that's a good
it's
that's it's good to be king.
yeah, it was a good thing. People recognized me and they're like, "Hey, dude, you want a beer?" Sure. The beer was good though. Gotta admit, I had two different types.
All right, that's good. I'm not sure. Also, I have to go back and watch that video. But was Prison Pals the beer that I had at the Fort Lauderdale United game? I had two different kinds of beers. It might have been. I don't know. I've had it. That's why, and I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere. Either they serve it or that was a Prison Pals brewery place. I don't. I don't know.
I know they make their own beer,
Mm,
but not there. They had
mm,
some stuff. It looks like they were setting up to start making it there, but they had it in some other location. So they might be the same people.
right.
So
I was just enjoying. Yeah, sidebar. I have made my own beer and I enjoyed it and it's already all gone.
wow, look at you. What are you gonna call it? Peter's Brew?
And no, it's not my creation. I literally so you know how some people will get into the home brewing and that's a whole thing. I'm not doing that. That's a whole lot of work. It's a whole big thing. It's cooking, it's smelly, it's a lot of stuff. I'm not doing that. There's a thing that popped up on my Facebook. And so, the Facebook advertising, hey, it works. And it's called the Pinter. Have you ever seen this, Ed?
Never.
It literally looks like it's kind of like an igloo, but in the shape of a keg, and you literally just you buy a pack of ingredients, you pour the ingredients in the thing, you shake it up, and then you sit it in the corner. I actually have it in the corner of the room right here, fermenting for like 9 days because I'm going to make a cider next. And then you condition it, putting it in the fridge for like another 5 6 days, and then it's got a tap, and you've got
Nice.
yourself. I made a British bitter. How about that, Ed? I made my own. Now, again, it's not. I wouldn't even name it unless I'm handing it to a friend or something for giggles. But it is their ingredients. I didn't come up with anything other than I mixed ingredients and I waited. But
I
I
got you.
made my own beer and I tapped it on Thursday and I finished it today. It's pretty good.
Wow, look at
Pretty
you.
good.
Well, hopefully that you continue with that trend and you invite us over one day for
There
one of
you go.
these games.
Francisco's Moonshine podcast coming up soon.
Why
That's
not?
funny. All right, getting back to the game. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs in here saying that we got Sean Johnson in the Toronto game. Yeah, I mean he stood on his head, but it was more than that to me. Yes, he had a very good game, but they were having a lot of success, and you can see it by the stats. They were having a lot of success going up on that right side, and we were giving them too many opportunities. Um, they almost got one past Ustari, and it just luckily went a little wide. But Ustari was really late on getting it; it would have gone in. So, um, but yeah, Sean Johnson was really good, don't you think?
Yeah, yeah, he did well. Yeah, the team was just I was surprised. Like I didn't see he wasn't on top of things like
No,
he usually is.
I
Um,
think that goal that they scored, I don't want to say to blame, but he didn't do a good enough job marking his man.
yeah, agreed. We were with I was there with Marco and we were both like, oh man, come on, Frey. You usually have these ones, but yeah, it was tough. Always it's our defense, the one that that the team really needs to work on, man. And hopefully next year they'll work on that because that's the only thing we really have to work on for this team to be perfect.
Can we recruit Sean Johnson? That's what YC is asking. We need a better goalkeeper. We need a better goalkeeper. Can we buy him? I mean, I don't know. Why not? I mean, everybody's for sale, right? Everything's for sale.
Right. And who doesn't want to play with the best player in the world?
At least for a couple more years, right?
Yeah.
That's he won't get to play. He wouldn't get to play with Busquets. Busquets announces his retirement. We could talk a little bit more about that later if you guys want. But here, yeah, oh yeah, Mr. Krabs does announce the obvious that he's not Argentinian. Sean Johnson's not Argentinian, but so it'd be nice, but sorry, it just doesn't fit the player model for this team.
Unfortunately, yeah, Peter, he doesn't. But
But he's good,
hopefully,
and he's been
he's
around a long
good.
time. He's
Yeah,
proven.
he is. He's a veteran, and
Yeah,
we like our veteran goalkeepers apparently with Ustari. So
yeah, he's a proven keeper.
he's a
Oh, I see a
keeper.
thing. What?
He's a keeper. Get
He's a keeper. We have enough money to buy Shanja. Yeah, so that was announced that we have uh, a little over 2 million in GAM and yeah, GAM, or is it TAM? I think it was GAM. They've reduced TAM over the years, and so it's more just general allocation money as opposed to targeted allocation money. But so yeah, we've got a good amount. I think I sent to you
yeah,
comments on that. There's a couple of teams that have zero, zero.
yeah, Portland being
Portland
one of
was
them.
one. Portland had zero, and maybe Cincinnati had zero. I think but definitely Portland was one of them. They have zero GAM for next year. You're in trouble then. I mean, basically the team you have is the team you have. I mean, unless you
Right.
sell somebody, right?
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's going to be come in handy next year. I mean, we need to fill in a lot of holes, a lot of players leaving that we haven't replaced. So, that's one of the things that hurt. Our bench is hurting. We definitely need a forward now because it doesn't look like I don't know if they're gonna have Suarez come back. I mean, with everything that's happened lately in his spitting incident, and it's gonna be tough, Peter.
Yeah, I was just pulling up. I think I looked at it. You were talking about players not returning. Um, lem- I could do a quick thing, but there's last time I checked, there were around um, 15 players not returning next year, or potentially not returning. No contract. Like, the contract is expires. Let me see. The ones that are expiring, let me see if I can pull this up. Um, I don't remember which button. I moved these buttons around when I was doing my last little solo type thing. So I'm not sure where
Yeah,
everything where but um let's do this. Yeah, there we go.
there
It
you
did
go.
work. It did work. So these are all the players that their deals are expiring um in 2025. So there's a lot of room here. One, two, three, four, five. Let's see. 14 players. Yeah, before I said last time I was looking at this, it was 15 players, and that was because I was also including Allen, but he now has a new contract, so he's now been removed from this. But we have 25 players that are either on loan, so they either have to extend that loan. Like Baltazar Rodriguez might be worth extending the loan as long as he can stay healthy. When he plays, he's good, but he just doesn't
Yeah.
play enough. Um, but then there's a bunch of players that, and my buddy, my fan, Fafa, his contract expires, and they haven't played him enough to warrant a new contract unless they can get him super cheap. And 642,000 is not a lot, but it's not. You might be able, you you might move on. You might move on.
Yeah, because he's still a pretty decent player. He probably get to
He
play on some other
he could
team
get that money
more.
somewhere else, so he's going to
Yeah,
want to get the money while he can.
yeah. It sucks because I think he's a good player, and he was good coming off the bench and
But look,
contributing to the team.
but look
And
who
you got the
else is.
shirt.
Yeah, exactly. Look who else is up. Frey's up.
Get him. They need to get him.
Yeah.
Don't
Messi
let
is
him go.
obviously
Plus, he's
up.
still cheap. He's gonna they're
Yeah.
gonna have to pay a little bit more for him, but I think they need to keep him.
I mean, you double his salary, and he's worth 300,000, right?
Yes, yes.
So I mean, if you could pay, like, if you can pay 1 million to Allende, you could pay 300,000 to Ian Frey.
I agree.
Oh yeah,
But
Mr. Krabs in the chat saying they need to call up more players from the academy or Inter Miami too. I mean, there's been conversation. I know people have said it in here. Now, I haven't paid that much attention to Inter Miami too, but people have said, and maybe I don't know who has said it, but people have said that it's weaker this year. The
Right.
academy's weaker, players are weaker. The pipeline,
They need to work on that, man. Look, and Yannick Bright also needs to come back. I
yeah.
mean, there's a couple players that should come back. All right, going down the list, Peter. Who do you think should stay and who should go?
Well, I mean, my number one pick would be we got to keep a Bondo. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, I was gonna
I was
say
expecting a
what?
reaction.
What?
I was
I was like,
expecting
wait,
a
he's
reaction.
Ecuadorian, and I'm Ecuadorian, but he
I know.
hasn't
I'm
done
joking.
enough.
I'm
He's been
joking.
hurt.
I expected a reaction out of you, and you just
He's been
stared at
hurt
me.
too much.
You were
Yeah,
dumbfounded by my stupidity.
but
Uh,
yeah, he needs to go.
yeah.
Hasn't done enough.
So who would I bring back? Who would I bring back? I would bring back. I would try to find a way to extend. I don't necessarily know if I want to buy Baltazar Rodriguez yet, but I would extend. Try to extend Rodriguez because we didn't get a good enough taste test, if you will.
Yes,
Ruiz, I mean, he's cheap. If you can't sell him, there's been so many rumors about him moving on. So if he does not move on, then yeah, renew him, especially since there's interest. Because even if you have to double his salary and give him 300,000, you're sounds like you're going to potentially be one of those players you sign to a new contract and then instantly sell him and make money. So probably would re-sign him, but try to get him as cheap as I possibly can. Unfortunately, I would probably let Fafa go only because they're not using him enough. So why, unless he just wants to they want it, they want now this is a team option. So if the team wants him, they can. I just don't. You
right.
know. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs saying has um, Ruiz even played this season? I think he played a few minutes.
Yeah, he's been hurt most of the season. He did play for Honduras. I think that's where he got injured again.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, he's still being called up to the Honduran national team, so he's still a potential money maker for the team. So I'd bring him back.
Yeah, I would only, and YC is saying Ruiz can't stay healthy. I mean, this year, but he has been, he was good last year. So I don't know
Yeah,
if that's a fair statement just based on 1 year. He had a rough year though for himself.
yeah,
But again, I'm with you, Ed. I sign him only because I'm flipping him. There's
exactly.
interest out
There
there
is.
for him. So I'm signing him just so I can flip him, you know. And then there's Frey. Frey, I'm signing and I'm trying to keep.
Oh yeah,
Messi
agree
obviously is
with that.
coming back. Suarez, I'm saying goodbye.
Yeah, he
I
he did
mean,
his time, but he's.
unless
I
he
mean,
could
he's
take less than 1.5 million. You want to take less money and then be an assist leader. I'm not. I could, this contract has to come down a little bit, but I don't think it will.
right.
If he comes back, it'll probably be at that same money, and so that means that how much is it worth to make Messi happy? Is that going to be part of it? Um,
That might be it to
Wagon,
keep Messi happy.
see you later, Wagon.
Yeah, Wayne Gott, I think needs to go. He's making too much money for what he contributes, so I say him
Rocco
go.
Rios Nova, he's on loan, so it really depends. I mean, if you can extend these cheap, so and he's our only backup right now that's of worth.
Consequence. Yeah,
Yeah, Sailor, I think his
he's
ship has
cheap.
sailed.
You think? Yeah, he's been around for too long. Hasn't played enough.
And
Yeah,
you
they
know
don't even
what?
need him.
Going back to what I think it was. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs had said. I would take Ryan Sailor's spot and give it to an academy kid. I mean, it's somebody that's not really getting much playing time as it is. So just give it to an academy kid, and then get that roster spot and that 104,000. Just I mean, he never got a raise. That's like your entry level almost, just slightly more. I think entry level,
Right.
your first contract's around 84,000, something like that. So,
And
and
he's a player who could probably start for a USL team or
sure,
maybe one of the another MLS team. But yeah, he's being wasted over here, and he's getting
I
up there. How old is he?
I don't know. I
Like
haven't. I don't have
26,
that
I
on
think.
here.
Already.
I don't have that
Right.
on here. But
Well, you should next time, Peter.
okay. Thanks, Ed. I built a spreadsheet and you asked for more.
I know, right? Just keep adding stuff. Come on, man. Just
Go on. I do
change the
this for
statistic.
fun, and you just ask for more. Nothing. I can't ever please you. It's not never. It's never enough.
It's always about me, right?
All right, Busquets is gone. We're going to save close to 9 million on him, but that's really
That's
only
going
as
to
far
go
as
to
your budget.
DePaul.
You're only saving 600 and something thousand.
That's that. All that money's going to go to DePaul. That's
Yeah.
probably what was
Okay. I
agreed.
want to talk. I want to talk about him in a minute.
Okay,
Allende, see you later, buddy.
out.
Yarbrough, he just came back as a third. Come on, let's promote somebody from the academy. If you want a third keeper that's never going to see the field unless it, uh,
A
disaster
catastrophe.
happens, then you know, bring in an academy kid. Let him get that professional experience instead of somebody that was retired and just came back to sit on the bench.
Right.
Although I would sit on the bench for 150,000. Now I know that's not a lot in the sports world, but in my world,
Oh yeah, yeah, man. And like you said, he was sitting on the bench most of the time. He
yeah,
didn't get to do that much,
he
but
gets to hang out
hey,
with everybody. That's about
it's
it.
150K to hang out with Messi. It ain't bad.
Yeah, why not? Guess to continue his, at least keeping his physique up because he gets to train. That's about all he's doing
Right.
is training. All right, and then Yannick Bright. Obviously, I'm bringing him back with
Yes.
a new
Please.
bond. I mean, a new
And triple,
deal.
quadruple that because that kid's
And
good,
I'm
man.
signing him till like 2029. Same kind of deal that they did for Allen, which was actually 2028 with a option in 2026. So I would do the same deal. So that's where we're at with those players. Let me see. Anybody else?
Anything interesting from the
Anything
folks?
interesting in the chat here? YCS says Suarez can give room to younger strikers. Yes. Like, hey, the new kid Silvetti, maybe.
Well, he's probably
We
gonna
haven't
stick
seen
around,
enough,
right?
huh?
We haven't seen enough of him anyway.
No, we haven't seen
So
enough, but he needs to get play. I mean, he started in that New York game, so yeah, they obviously feel good about him. Um, let's see, any more?
and the thing that's funny about Allende, he's been scoring every so often, but it's just not enough, right? It's just even though he's one of the top scorers of this team, it's just like he's always. It seems like he's not doing enough. Looks like he's
Mm-hmm.
tired half the time,
Mm-hmm.
and he's had some chances, and he hasn't been able to score them. So it's like wasted opportunities left and right, and then he'll stick one in every so often. So
One World One Gold says she agrees. Bright is needed now that Boosie is leaving. Peter gives some flowers to Boosie. I don't have any flowers.
he's looking, but no flowers.
I
Yeah,
don't have any
yeah.
flowers. Sorry.
I'm looking too here, but no, nothing. No
No.
flowers around here.
I mean, I got a lot of dumb stuff like Star Wars toys and
Yeah. He might like that. Boosie
and
might like that.
Miami FC bobbleheads.
Oh, nice. Yeah. How
Hey,
come we don't talk about bobbleheads,
okay.
Peter?
I didn't plan on talking about this, but I'm gonna go just
This
because I did
serious
that.
talk here.
I did
Serious
that,
talk.
and this pissed me off because this happened.
Tell him, Peter. Tell him.
Well, I'm gonna save the image down. I put it in our chat, but now I'm gonna save it so I can bring it in here. And
Yeah, because it's something that needs to be said. This
all
is
right, let's get rid
good
of
old Ray
Ray.
Hudson.
Last time I went to the photos, we were talking about Ray.
There you go.
All right, let's make this a little smaller. On the fly production right here.
There you go. He'll make it fit. So yeah, Marco Royce. Royce is his name. He gets a bobblehead. And how come we don't have any bobbleheads?
Look at that. So this is like this is LA Galaxy. I think the last bobblehead I saw floating around there. I think there was one for LAFC as well. Apparently, LA likes doing this. Both teams, and that one was for Boanga. Um,
Yeah,
I'm sure I'm saying his name wrong, but he's on fire lately. Um,
him and
he's
Son.
teaming up really well with Sun. It's doing well for him. But yeah, so obviously I collect stupid stuff like this, although this was given to me. So, but I kept it. I collect stupid stuff. This kind of thing speaks to me. So where
Right.
is our bobblehead? I mean, and I'll come back in just a sec. One World says, where is a Messi bobblehead? Now, Messi could be a hard one to get, right? Because he wants to control his image. I'm not even saying, it's got to be a Messi bobblehead. We do have, hang on.
It could have been a Suarez bobblehead. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I
That
mean,
would have been a good one.
I do have, again, remember, I just said I like to collect silly stuff. I do have the pop characters, but I had to buy these, right? This is stuff, it was cool. I like it.
They
I
all
got
look
it.
like the same guy too.
What?
They all look like the same guy.
I know. Don't get me started. They all have beards, and in real life, they don't all have beards. So, um, Francisco says, I become a bobblehead each time that Allende misses an opportunity. But Allende used his bobblehead and scored.
Yeah,
Ooh,
he
I got
scored
dizzy.
with his head,
I got dizzy there.
but half the time he
Um,
doesn't use his head.
right. So again, Messi might be a tough one to get, right? Because these are given away. These were given away to the first, like, I don't know, 5,000 people in the stadium, something like that. But it does, so yeah, it could have been any of the other players. It could have been like before he was sold. Like if you want to celebrate your local homegrown kid, like Kromoski, who was being used in like the MLS advertisements because he's got that boy band hair and 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 you could get his rights right now. It's not important. He's gone, but you get the point. It doesn't have to be Messi. But why don't we yes, thank you, CS, get Peter his bobblehead. Yes. Sports
It
Shorts is
could
with
be.
me. Petition
It
to
could have been
make at
Busquets.
least one bobblehead per season as a free giveaway. Look, I'll I love the idea of the first 5,000 and stuff like that, but what if it becomes a mess and I don't get one? I'll be pissed off. I could even make it even a little more exclusive. Where they can make fewer. If I well, I guess there's got to be less. I don't know how many season ticket holders, but you can make it a season ticket holder thing. Only season ticket holders can pick it up, right? I don't care because we're if it was the first 5,000, we would make sure we're in there early enough to get it, so we would have it.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Anyways, other teams do it. Why can't we? And again, I like this pop character. It's not a bobblehead. It doesn't have to be a bobblehead, but it's the same concept. It's a collectible toy figure thing that looks cool. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. Why can't we have something like this? Francisco says, does Inter Miami have a mascot? The mascot bobblehead. No, and I have it somewhere. I just can't find it. The Fort Lauderdale Strikers mascot, Hotshot, had a bobblehead. And I have it somewhere. I think a piece of it's broken, but I don't. I couldn't. Last time we talked about this before, and last time we talked about it, I couldn't find it. So I don't know where it is
Yeah.
because this is a pet peeve. This is something we visited before, but yeah. Anyways, oops, wrong one.
Yeah. Well, we did
We
have a
need
mascot.
we need toys. Um, oh, back to
Well,
that answer to the question. Do we have a mascot? No, we don't.
well, we supposedly had one that was designed, but
I know. I know.
never, he never came to any game.
It okay. Another maybe another side thing. Did you see the mascots for the World Cup?
No, I didn't, Peter. I wish I would have because that would have been something to talk about. But I haven't seen the World Cup mascots. I just I just heard that that Trump wants to move to different cities that are safer. You know, hopefully that he won't do that because that's gonna mess things up big time. But why complicate things?
We're doing it
Oh,
again
wait,
on the
now
fly
you love your
stuff.
bobbleheads. Oh, there you go.
Hang on, let me fix it.
Gee, let me guess. The eagle is Mexico.
Of course, yeah, you're right.
The jaguar is probably Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah. Jaguars, Mexico. Um, I like these. I'm a fan. So, okay, I was going to do this as a separate, I did that separate video this past week. I think I'm going to start doing more of those where I just may have a thought and I kind of want to get that and go down a little path and make a short little video about it. I was thinking about doing one about this topic, but I guess I don't need to now if I'm burning it right here. But some people, and I saw somebody on Twitter just the other day because I think it was talking about this, and they were saying that mascots don't belong in football. Any real football fan does not want a bobblehead, and I disagree wholeheartedly. I keep saying bobbleheads, mascots. They do,
Yeah.
they don't
Because
want
bobbleheads we
mascots.
want. All right.
And I wholeheartedly disagree. I want a mascot. I think they're fun. Kids like them. It's good for marketing. Just like I think Francisco was saying, you could make the bobblehead of you can make toys. That Inter Miami was advertising on one of their social medias that they're back in stock. They've got this plush alligator that has got the Inter Miami shirt on it. Like they were saying, like, oh, they're back in stock. Like I guess it's popular. But okay, an alligator's fine. It's Florida. It makes sense, right? But instead of having an alligator, shouldn't it be something with like this heron idea that they had a design? We did a video about it. They had a design. It just hasn't come to fruition. So mascots are fun, and you can do a ton of marketing material around it, selling T-shirts, selling little stuffed animal toys. It's
Kids
smart
like.
business. And yeah, CS says some mascots become iconic, and you might look at them like, yeah. See here, yeah. Sergio says he agrees that mascots do not belong in football, and I would say, why, Sergio? Why do you think they do not belong? Is it because if you're in now, I'm going to make fun of little Sergio. Don't get mad at me. Um, are you such a serious soccer fan, such a serious football fan, that you can't have a little fun? They're fun. These are fun, Ed. I like these. I want a T-shirt with that eagle on it. I'm gonna get. Oh, look, hang on. I've got this guy. This is from the Brazil World Cup in 2014. Now, I didn't buy this. It was given to me from family members in Brazil. How cool is that? A little armadillo.
Very cool.
I
You know
want
they
one
eat
of.
them.
Well,
They say they taste like chicken.
everything tastes like chicken. uh, oops. I want I don't know. I'll take a one for all three of the mascots, a little toy, but really, I just want the eagle. I just want the U.S. one. That's the only one I really care about. Anyways, mascots are fun. One World, One Goal saying, yeah, Peter, do the little videos. They're fun, and you do a good job unveiling stuff, stadium stuff. All right. Well, I have some ideas for doing a few more. Again, they may be as short as 5 minutes. It could be as long as 15. The last one's like 15, where I did on the Miami FC stadium. So yeah, I might start. I have ideas for about 3 or 4 of them. And what's great about those is none of them really are time sensitive, so I can put them up whenever we feel like it. What is Sir? Did Sergio come back? Yes, I agree. Do not belong in football. I get his answer was yes. So he's just yes. He's too serious. He can't have fun. I don't know.
It doesn't
Octavio
matter. It
says it is only a way to make money.
yeah, probably.
Okay. Yes and no. Okay. I'm going to say yes and no. The no part first. Kids enjoy it. Have you ever been in a soccer stadium or for any sporting event and the mascot comes around, kids light up. Kids may not even know anything about the sport. They're just there because mom and dad dragged them, right? But now there's a mascot that they can go and get a picture with and high five and all that, and it's fun. And guess what? They had fun, and now they want to come back.
Oh yeah.
So there's that part. And then, yeah, there's a way to make money. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with making money? It's a business. Football's a business.
They got to make money. It's all about the dead presidents.
I did see somebody talking about like something about investments. Hint, I'm thinking about a video about investments. Um, there was something about investments and people basically complaining about, say with MLS that the owners are greedy, they only care about money and this and that. And I'm like, um, that's every owner for the most part. Like, you think they're not in it for the money? Every owner is in it for the money.
They
So
are.
you hope that they don't just like, bleed you dry, but it's a money making business. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs, as far as the mascots say, in American sports, mascots are great. Europeans are not used to that. You say that, but there are quite a few, let's say, Premier League teams that have mascots. I did this search one time, not for a recent video idea or anything, but I remember there are several including Manchester United. They got that little devil dude, is that right? I think he's like a devil, or is he a bear?
I
I don't
think
remember.
so. I know the Mexican teams have mascots. They have
Well,
cheerleaders too.
Mexican teams got them like skimpily. I mean, like they make our cheerleaders look like nuns.
Oh yeah, they got cheerleaders and everything. So
Now, I could draw a line there. I could say, yeah, I don't like cheerleaders in soccer games, and maybe it feels a little silly. I could draw the line there. I could see that, but I don't have a problem with mascots. Anyways, but we went down a weird path. But yeah, there was actual a mascot according to this website. We spotlighted it like 2 years ago, maybe on a video, and it was made out of recycled material. It looked pretty cool. It was a heron. They were supposed to announce it. I guess they ditched the idea, or is it something like you wait for? Hey, we're kind of relaunching in the new stadium next year. We're going to bring out all the bells and whistles, and we're going to bring out this cool little icon.
heron,
Yeah,
yeah, thing, yeah,
you
from
know,
recycled pieces or
it was
whatever
a
it
little
was.
weird. I mean, it was a cool design, but because it was all like plastic and stuff like that, it wasn't like warm and cuddly. Like the other thing you do with mascots is you could go to like children's hospitals, all these outreach things that soccer teams do or sports teams do, and you could bring your mascot. No, that's cool. But if he's tough looking, then he might scare the kids. I don't know. Anyways, Ed Busquets is retiring. We're supposed to give him some flowers.
Well, we didn't find anything, but we definitely have to do something. It's kind of sad that he wants to retire. I think he still could play, but he probably figured, you could notice that he's not as quick as he's gotten burned a couple of times with some of these younger players. So he probably figures it's time for him to go before it's more obvious, kind of like with Suarez. Even though Suarez is contributing, being assist leader, one of the assist leaders and stuff. But yeah, it's a little more noticeable with him because we're used to seeing him score goals, and now he's not. And we kind of need a forward that can do that. But going back to Busquets, it is going to be sad to see him go. But it's only going to give like a Bright more opportunity
Yeah,
to play, and DePaul, which I remember you wanted to mention something about DePaul.
yeah. Well, Busquets. I mean, yeah. Again, yeah. It feels like it's the right time. Like I seen him getting burned by the young guys. But then there's times, so many times in a game, where he does a simple little turn and he's able to shield the ball, and the other guy kind of just runs by him or almost trips. And I mean, he's got a way to move the ball with his body and just buy himself an extra few seconds that he could then make the pass. That's just like beautiful. Like you don't see that every day. The man is kind of redefined the role of a defensive midfielder, and so it was great to be able to see him. And that's the one thing I think sometimes those of us that go to the games every single weekend, more or less, every other weekend or whatever, we can take for granted about some of these greats that we're watching. When we're watching Messi and stuff like that, you just take it for granted, like, oh, it's we start complaining, hey, he's not running today or whatever. Busquets, oh, he got burned by the young guy, take him out. Suarez, he's spitting on people, like that one's pretty bad. But we take for granted these greats that we have, and sometimes if it's not for my wife to remind me, because we were sitting there were some kids, and I don't think you were at this game. Maybe you were at this game. I don't remember because you missed some here and there. But there was these kids right behind us in the last game me and my wife were at, and this kid was like 5 years old, and he knew the game. He knew the game better than a lot of adults in this stadium, and he was so excited every time Messi or Suarez or something like that did something. So. We can't take for granted players like Busquets that we got to see on a regular basis. So yeah, the rumors are that he's interested in coaching. Not even a rumor. I mean, Mascherano said it. Uh, I think it would be cool if we could go off, have your vacation, maybe even 6 months, whatever you want, enjoy yourself, and then go get your coaching licenses and come back. And I think it
Yeah.
would be really cool to have him, start up and coaching some of the young guys. Go to the two team or the academy. Doesn't have to necessarily start right away at the first team because we all know that just because you're a player doesn't mean you're a good coach. But he's still got a lot of things to teach. I think it'd be great.
Definitely, especially in that defensive midfield role, which he totally changed because he was able to. I mean, he totally changed the role of the number five man because sometimes he does these incredible passes, which have led to like Messi goals from way back there. So it's not he's sometimes a 10, though he's
Yeah,
a five. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think he is, but I'm gonna throw the question out there anyways. Do you think he has a personality for TV for commentating? I lean towards no. He seems way too chill, but I
Yeah,
don't
he's
know.
too chill. Maybe he's better for coaching, but Suarez would probably be good because he can talk. I've seen him do it in Spanish. He does
Right,
speak
right.
English as well. But I think he'd probably be better for the
Okay.
TV role.
Yeah, obviously not for the
Suarez.
English side of things, but just for the Spanish side. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, and
he does
I'm
speak
not even
English, but
talking. I'm not even talking Inter Miami or MLS. I'm just talking post career. You could,
right,
any of these networks would love to have a player like either one of those guys in the booth, now
right,
or on a set. Dissecting the games.
right.
It'd be a little challenging though with Suarez because if you had him there, because One World says Suarez is very well spoken. The problem with Suarez is that if you're sitting there and you're in the studio and you're analyzing other people, at some point you're going to get into a situation where you're going to have to analyze somebody that did something maybe slightly egregious, like something that's out of line. And who is he to say anything? So he can't talk about that. He's just got to sit there quiet. If some other player does like hit somebody or spits on somebody or says something racial or anything like that, he just got to sit there quiet because he can't say anything.
It's
Other
tough.
than,
Yeah,
yeah, I know, I paid my price. But did you really?
yeah. When I
So,
did it,
yeah, yeah.
you
When
gotta do that.
when I spat on a guy, I
Yeah,
only got a 6 game suspension of League's Cup.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Or when I said something racial to somebody, I got. Or what was the other one? When I bit somebody, you know.
What did Suarez should be? This is like talking about making money making opportunity. Suarez should be endorsing um,
Mental
toothpaste,
health.
toothpaste, floss, dentures, anything teeth related.
Right,
Suarez should be getting behind it. We should.
right.
We want bobbleheads. Let's get a pair of chompers with a 9 on it.
Oh, you could also like endorse restaurants and stuff. You want to eat. You want to bite into something
Take
good.
a bite out of this.
Say
And if you
say.
don't like it, spit it out.
Anyways,
um, Sergio says Busquets might go into the business side of football. Yeah, maybe. I know Suarez. I mean, he's got his team that he created with
with
Messi.
Messi.
So if he retires at some point, he can go hang out with that. Um, one world, one goal says Peter marketing brain. Yep, always thinking. Noble Protocol says earmuffs. Another thing he could sell. Yeah, yeah. Protect your ears because
Yeah, I'll bite them.
ear protectors. Yeah, yeah. All right. So, anyways, what else? What else we got?
Oh, so what games do we have coming up? Isn't there one this during the week?
Glad you asked, Ed, because I was just going there. Let's see. Let's scroll up down. We have Chicago coming up on Tuesday. So unfortunately, you'll probably miss that game. And then New England. So we've got Campana coming to town on the weekend. But first off, Chicago. Chicago didn't look bad. I didn't see the end result. So I was watching MLS 360 yesterday, so I could watch a little bit of all the games. And I made it to about 10:30 before
Yeah,
I passed out, right? And I fell asleep. Because the show goes on to like 1 in the morning, I think, because you got the West Coast games. So
yeah,
I didn't see the finish of Chicago, but I did see a nice goal. And they looked in the clips that I was watching. They're not in, as far as where they are in the standings. They're not necessarily the best place. They can still make the playoffs. There's an effort there to make the playoffs, but they looked better than the record shows.
yeah.
And what concerns me is we make bad teams look good.
Yes, we have that problem.
So they've got they seem like they might be getting it together, and they could be a spoiler. I'm not saying that they're going to win anything big this year or anything, but they could make it difficult for us. So that's a game on Tuesday. So I'm slightly concerned about that. Luckily, it's at home, so hopefully we should be able to beat them. But then the game on the weekend against New England. Question for you, Ed, about New England. So, okay, nothing related to the game itself, but just a personal question. I've bought a couple of shirts with people's names on the back. I've got a Messi shirt, obviously. I've got a Fafa shirt, and I also have a Campana shirt.
You sure
Got the
do.
black jersey, number 9 Campana. This is when he was still the number 9 before he got changed to what, number 8, I think it was. So
I think yeah.
at that game, do I wear my
Why not?
Campana shirt?
Why not? I mean, you're not wearing it anymore anyway. It's
All right.
might as well.
Do I wear the Campana shirt? Because I'm just like, look, he's still. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I focus on teams where our ex players, the players that I liked, are currently playing and doing well. Like I'm looking at Austin, you know, you know, to see Robert
Taylor.
Taylor to see if he's playing right. And he was on the bench. I think he got into the game, but he was. I think I saw him in some of the clips, but he was started off on the bench. I look at New England because I'm cheering on Capana. I want him to do bad for us, but I'm cheering him on. And so yeah. Um,
Why
Sports
not,
Shorts
Peter?
says I should wear it and try to get it signed. No, I'm not. I mean, it's way harder to get things signed by these players than you think it is, but
Yeah. First of all, we're on the other side, so they don't won't
yeah.
come this way. It's more
Once in a
difficult.
while, after a game, a player does come over to our side in the front row and hangs up, but it's usually because he knows somebody. Like I remember Fafa doing that. And it's usually because he knows somebody that's sitting there. Um,
Yeah.
Tank in here says he also cares for our ex Herons. Watching like San Diego, they got like three or four of our ex Herons. Dos Santos was playing. He's got the face mask right now. He was playing in their game where I think they lost. Um,
We had also one of our bench players. He's been playing in defense. What's his name? Gosh,
Negri, Negri plays there.
was yeah Negri, but we also there
Negri's
was
there.
another player that was also in our
Yeah.
defender for us. I forgot, but and he's gotten a lot of playing time.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah,
didn't
they've
do
got
he
about.
wasn't starting with us, but he's starting with them, and they're a team that's doing pretty well.
They breaking records. I think at the end of the day, I think they were talking that San Diego um, is the best out of the gate, expansion team ever. Like they're breaking records as like the best. Yes, thank you. McVeigh is who you were trying to think of.
McVeigh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Noble Protocol says we could use Campana now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
He,
look. New England's a mess right now. They've just fired their coach. So they're looking for a coach. So they're a bit of a mess right now. But they should be better than they are. They've got some good people and all that. Yeah, they've got Gill on their team. That's really
yeah,
good.
he's pretty good.
So we have to win both these games, right? I know I'm watching like you and Julio in the chat, and you guys are so focused on talking about Supporter Shield. And you know what? I don't care about Supporter Shield. I don't care about it. I if for example we had to if we it'd be nice. It's like it's a nice to have. I'm not going to give it back if they try to hand it to us. Thank you, but no thanks. But but if, for example, you had a situation where you needed to rest a player in say the Miami versus Atlanta game that's coming up, then I would rest the player, give up the shield to be in a better position for the playoffs. I just
Playoffs.
want to maintain. Of course, I want to win every game, but I want to maintain our top four, and that was the title for tonight. I want to maintain that top four because then we will have some home field advantage. Right now, if you win the Shield, you got extreme home field advantage, right, through the whole tournament. But I just if we need to rest somebody, rest them. Whatever. I don't care about the Shield. I mean, how do you feel? You
Oh
care,
yeah, like yeah, we already did the shield thing, and it's and I guess it's cool because you'll get home field advantage.
right?
But I think the final is not going to be with. Somebody had mentioned that it was at a
Neutral.
neutral site. I don't know if that's true. Did you hear
It's
about that?
usually at the team with the best record. I mean, it used to be at a
Yeah,
neutral site back in the old days.
yeah, but I don't know if it is that, then it's worth it. But I mean, we came in first last year, and a lot of good that did.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to put all of our efforts. Like last year, we're breaking records, right? So it's like that record was important to be the best, the most points ever. That's something, right? That's going in the record books because you know what? In a few years, people are going to forget who was the Supporter Shield, but you don't forget the record book, right? You don't forget the points. So that was
Right.
important, and it made sense to continue striving for that. But we don't have that worry this year. We're not breaking that record. I don't think. I don't think that's even
No,
within. You know.
no, we
So
can, we've already lost too many games, so it's not that's unattainable at this point. But maybe, I mean, we need some we need Philadelphia to lose a couple games to give us another hope, because we're like 2 points behind now, even if we
yeah,
win all the games.
and Philadelphia destroyed. Um, who do they play
DC,
again? DC. Yeah,
DC,
6-0.
yeah.
Unbelievable. Um, Abhishek Jose says Supporter Shield will give us Champions Cup spot as well as home field advantage. I'm 99% sure I'm right that we've already got a CONCACAF Champions Cup spot because of become going in basically being second place in Leagues Cup. We've already got it. We don't need it. The home field advantage is important, and again, it's important, but I just don't want to put all of our eggs in that basket and then and then first round out like it was last year. I think it's more important to think about the goal is getting that star on the crest, and it is getting MLS Cup. I think that is the goal. Here, I got it because he's put it in here twice. I feel like he's spamming the thing. Let's just take a few minutes. We're at the end of the show. Side note, by yeah, Mr. Krabs, I would love an NWSL team here in Miami. I don't think it's happening anytime soon. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs.
You know,
Two things. I mean, you're saying that maybe in the thoughts that hey, Inter Miami might create an NWSL team. Maybe I'm guessing because there was talk about that, and if I'd have to find a quote, but I think Beckham and even Jorge Mas has commented on that at some point. I actually want to find that like actual quote from that, but another day. Um, So they have expressed interest. Two things. One, if they were to play in Miami, or if forget about Miami, if they were going to do anything outside of what they're already doing, they need to finish what they're doing. They're spending $1 billion on Miami Freedom Park. They're going to want that project finished before they start spending new money on a new project. So you're not looking at getting an NWSL team till earliest 2030 by this ownership group. Because
Right.
2030 is when they're starting phase 3. Starting. It's not even done. But so they might even want to wait till 2031 or 32 to when that's done. So you're not getting one anytime soon by this ownership group, in my opinion.
Right.
Right? Would you agree with that, Ed?
Totally, totally. Yeah, they're not going to do that. For now, I think it's going to be just concentrate on this team, get them a championship or two, and then they'll think about it.
And then, second point is I had always I think they've hinted at this again. I'd like to find the actual quote or comment, but the understanding was always that yeah, they were interested in it and that they would play in the Fort Lauderdale Stadium, not Miami. It would not be in Miami if you wanted in specifically Miami. If Fort Lauderdale, if the destination is because you live in Miami, you want it in Miami, that makes sense. I get it, but I don't think it's happening. The team would play in Fort Lauderdale because now they have an empty stadium. They need to use it. They're going to use it for the two team, but that's not enough. That's not going to. It's not drawing any fans. You got all those seats for something. You need to put people there. NWSL
Yeah.
team would make sense. And there was at one point talk about building another, like where the park is going to be. There was talk about building some sort of like an additional like, training center for the women. There was, remember that, Ed?
Yeah, yeah, I remember something like that. But yeah, there's also the park that they say they're going to make there.
Well,
So,
they have
those things will
to.
probably happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of
they
like,
have to make the park, but there was talk about like how we're going to use the park. Could we potentially instead of taking a portion of the park for more private business, and there was a lot of talk about that. Now some of that could have just been delaying tactics, so they don't have to build the park for a while. But what I would say is get behind Fort Lauderdale United. What Jay
yeah,
Vasquez
that
says.
seems,
We have Fort Lauderdale professional women's team. That's enough for this market. Yeah, and let them grow. They're starting
yeah.
small. Not many people go. But it's fun. I've been to 2 games. I'm gonna go to another one soon. But yeah, it's fun. You should go.
Good, good, good stuff.
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs coming at us with threats. I don't want to be an Orlando Pride fan for obvious reasons. Threats. Go support Fort Lauderdale United. Go support Fort Lauderdale. Anyways, Ed, how do you feel? Can we? Are we gonna win these 2 games?
We have to if we,
But
the
are
higher
we?
up, the better.
Are we?
Oh, are we? I
You
think we
confident
should.
enough?
Yeah, I think we should be able to beat Chicago. We should also be able to beat New England.
All right.
It just depends on our defense if they can hold it up. If Messi could keep scoring goals, which I think he will, um, we should be all right. How's it look? I don't know. I haven't checked on the other games, but did anybody catch up to him yet, or is he still 2 goals ahead?
What in the race?
Yeah, I don't know if you
Um,
checked on the other games to see if Messi's
we're,
still up there. He was two goals ahead.
um, oops, I'm on the wrong one. Where
Oh, well,
I think he's like 1 now, but let me see. Um, when you want to click on something, you can't click on it. I kept clicking on the Inter Miami
yeah,
tab, and I'm look. Why can't I find it? Well, because I'm in the wrong place. He's got yeah, Messi. Um, Messi has 24 goals. Bouanga, who I think got a hat trick yesterday, if I'm not wrong, scored at least maybe 2 goals, maybe 3.
yeah,
Not sure, but he scored a bunch yesterday, so he moved up. Because remember, it was Sam Surridge that was on his tail, but now it's Bouanga. So,
yeah, yeah. By 1 goal.
um, so yeah, he's got a one. The cushion is going away, so he's got to score 1 or 2 goals this weekend.
He's played what 24 games and 24 goals. Not bad, man. Messi's on fire, man.
Yeah, he'll take that, right? Ooh,
Yeah.
Eric Overland coming in saying, final thought for the night. Nobody is going to top Messi.
and he's a Messi fan.
All
Yet
right.
since I know him, he's been talking about Messi.
Let's leave it
So,
at that. And Ed, what do we have going on this week?
oh well, for the Spanish stuff, I think Marco went out of town, so I doubt we're gonna do it. But I'm good. I've been putting shorts on. I've been putting goals and stuff, so go check those out on the Spanish channel, and we'll definitely have more material soon. So well, we've got the games coming up. The one on Tuesday. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do a vlog on that one. We'll see.
Probably.
And yeah,
Probably.
we'll try to bring you guys some more stuff
So yeah,
moving
my
forward.
thought is, what I want to do this week is Tuesday. The Tuesday game does throw a wrench in it for me, but because I also I want to do another short video. And when I say short, they're not short to make. They take me a long time because it's funny. Is I could do a live thing like this and sit here and talk for like 2 hours, and it is what it is, and I don't worry. I'm comfortable with it. It's no big deal. But I also know that whatever mistakes I make, or I just live with it. You just go on. But when you know you're recording, you can always do it over and do it over and do it over. Oh, this isn't right. This isn't right. And I end up, spending a couple hours on a 5 minute little thing. So but I want to put something out this week. I have an idea on some of what you guys were talking about in the chat, and there's some things that you guys were talking about I did not talk about because I want to talk about it on my little short video. So that would maybe come out like Thursday or Friday, something like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the game day vlog does. Like if it blows up and does really really well, then I could put up mine. If it's struggling a little bit, I need to give it more time, right? So we'll see. We'll see. All right, so we'll have some stuff on this channel, so make sure you check it out for this week. All right, everybody, that's all we got. Thanks so much for you guys in the chat. You guys make it awesome and fun. So thanks so much for being here. Everybody go to Caneswear and give them some love as well. And we will see you next week. We'll see you on
All right.
Tuesday. All right, see you, everybody.